you guys. So I'm sorry I wasn't there last week. There were several people there in the house, and everything went a bit hectic and weird, and I didn't want to take over anyone else's day in case anyone else wanted their day not taken over. So I'm sorry about that. I am here now though, and I might actually have a topic that I can talk about for a little bit. Well, it's not so much a topic as it is a rant, or a ramble. Basically, things that kind of annoy me about being an asexual at this particular moment in time. Well, for one thing, this might seem like a fairly, not particularly important thing, but it just kind of bugs me. I like being precise in my language. I like having everything just kind of laid out very clearly so that there is absolutely no chance of anyone misunderstanding, because that's just one of my things. And which normally isn't really a problem. It kind of gets in the way a couple of times, but it's been getting in the way a lot recently because of my fangirling, which is kind of a weird little mini topic. I know, I'm sorry, but I promise this does have something to do with it. Because, okay, recently I have been fangirling like absolute mad over this guy. For a variety of reasons. I mean, he's an amazing actor. He's quite amusing when he's being himself. He played Loki, of all things, and on top of that, he's quite pretty. So, I fangirl over him most adamantly. And, but the problem with this is that, hang on, I need to shift my position because I'm starting to get kind of uncomfortable. No. Anyway, and the problem with this is that everyone else around me on the internet, because of the particular internet circles that I move in, are also fangirling over him, and I'm fine with that. But there are quite a few differences between an asexual fangirling over him and a sexual fangirling over him, and I'm beginning to learn this quite impressively, and I know that technically I shouldn't really worry about this, but I have this overwhelming urge to, just clarify everything with some statement about, I'm not saying this because I want to shag him, I don't mean that like that, because, well, for one thing, if I were ever to become famous, people I don't even know wanting to shag me would really creep me out. And for another, I honestly don't mean it that way. I think he is beautiful. I just want to hug him, but unfortunately usually unless we're going into agonizing specifics about exactly what we want to blarg, or exactly the little tiny details about how seeing an object of fangirling makes one feel, it's really easy to misunderstand because a lot of the terminology is actually the same. And that's just me being annoyed at that. Another thing that I recently learned when I was doing my preliminary research for the people reacting to me being asexual is that pretty much every time I tried to come out, for lack of a better term, I had to explain everything. And that, it was alright the first couple times, because you should know me enough by now to know that I love talking about myself, but to that point, it just going over the same topic over and over and over, it got kind of tiring. And I didn't even get the stupid questions, I just got the, what do you mean? I mean, the weirdest question I got was, so you want to have sex with yourself? And I was still just, it frustrated me so much that I had to explain this, and that even when I did explain it, people either didn't even understand, or a lot of the time, well, not a lot of the time, but several times they didn't believe me, or they still don't believe me. I mean, in the case of my dad, he honestly does not believe me when I say that I'm asexual, and that just really frustrates me. And also, just, I mean, I've actually been really lucky, come to think of it, because just wandering around the internet and finding out all the weird stuff that goes on, I've been really lucky because no one's come out and asked me stupid questions. No one has tried to, no one has tried to be weird at me because I'm asexual. No one has yelled at me or attacked me in any way. Usually they just ignore me, which in this case I think is a really good thing. But just the fact that that does happen is, I don't understand it. I don't understand why this is such a big deal. I mean, it seems, why? I can understand, I guess, the weird questions because, you know, not a lot of people know that we exist, but the people who do know that we exist being just actively being against us, I don't understand why. And that kind of depresses me a lot of the time, and, well, I don't know, this has mostly just been me rambling about Blarg, and it wasn't as structured as I'd like, and it was certainly longer than I would have liked. That was my ramble, I guess. So, and since I can't really think of anything else to say on the subject, I'm going to say farewell. Farewell, be well, fare far, and safety and peace, etc., 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 etc. Yeah.
Why'd I have to go and get myself all mutilated?